Digital Romance, Inc. My name is Dr. Leslie Beth Wish, and I'm from LoveVictory.com. It is an honor to be speaking to you from Digital Romance, Inc. because I think that they offer tremendously helpful and powerful advice about love. So today I'm going to be talking for less than 10 minutes about a very important mistake that you might be making in love. I learned from my research with thousands of women about their love life. And these are women like you who have careers, jobs, responsibilities in your life. And oftentimes you may not be as smart about love as you are about work. So I did research with thousands of women, as I said, for over 5 years. And this next topic, which is knowing the difference between a caring man and a needy one, was the third most common love pattern. So we're going to be talking about that today. So sometimes it can be difficult to know if a man is caring or too needy, because in the beginning, these men are the men that you say to yourself, I can tell him anything. I can really talk to him, and he's so sweet and supportive. And I don't want you to think that those are not good things to have in a relationship and in a friendship, because they are. But sometimes you can misread their caring. You can misread the direction of the caring. Your hope and your vision is that they're caring about you. But what often happens is that they are caring about you caring about them being a sensitive man. So as I said, it can be very difficult to know a caring man from a needy one. So pay attention to your patterns. Ask yourself, am I taking too much charge of the relationship and not giving him any say or any responsibility? If you are doing that, it is very possible that you are doing that to protect him and you from his anxiety and fear of confronting, disagreements, dealing with conflict, or even making the wrong decision. And if you are a perfectionist, which, as you know, is not the best thing to be, because it means that you've given yourself the responsibility of taking charge of everything and making everything come out perfect. And very few things in life, if anything in life, is perfect. Most of all, your love life and your ongoing relationship, because love and long-term, mature, loving responsibilities and relationships have their bumps and surprises. So how can it be perfect? But if you think that finding a man who is highly agreeable and just says, whatever you want, dear, is the answer to your problems, be careful. Because what often happens, and this is what my research bore out, is that after a while, you begin to feel lonely, you begin to feel frustrated with your man, and you begin to feel that you are carrying too much of the burden. So let me show you how this kind of problem evolves. I said in my last video about not knowing how to distinguish between a man who is too controlling and who wants to take charge of you. How do you know whether that kind of man is someone you've chosen, or whether he's a man you can trust because he is a take charge man? So if you have been in that kind of relationship where you've found that you've found yourself under his control, you might risk overcorrecting your relationship and now saying to yourself, I'm not putting up with that anymore. I want this kind of man. Hang on, I need to get a prop. You find yourself, oh, isn't this sweet? This is a little doggy, your companion, someone who will be with you by your side all the time, who wants to be your pal, your buddy, your tenderness, your person who makes you feel warm. And again, there's nothing wrong with wanting to feel warm. You should feel warm in your love life. You should feel affection and sweet words and kindness. But don't get into the situation of choosing a man where the only thing he offers you and the only way he can be is warm. Remember, that's very restrictive And once again, these men seem very, very attractive, very appealing, because you can tell him everything. He's so understanding. Be careful. And sometimes these men are, hang on, gotta get me a prop, are very cuddly, very affectionate in bed, very sensitive, know your needs, can kind of sense them, and they're just filled with love. But often what you discover is that in the beginning, they give you that feeling of love because that is what they want from you. They want to be seen as someone who is loving, caring, but not necessarily decisive, not necessarily someone who can take charge when you can't, or even better, share the responsibility with you. These men are very appealing if your heart has been broken and if you have been, as I said in my other video, under a very, very take charge, too controlling man. So be careful of overcorrecting. So how do you know if you've chosen these two variations? Someone who wants to be with you all the time, your companion, or someone who just bathes you in love. So here is one of the giveaways. Hang on, I've got to get another prop. This is an octopus. Oh, look at all those tentacles. Look at all those things wrapped around your neck. And do you know what that feeling is like when you feel choked? When you feel that you've got to carry your man instead of be with your man? After a while, you want some air. You don't feel like you have any breathing room, that you've got too much on your plate. So pay attention to that feeling. The other thing I want you to do is think about how much you are doing to make all the decisions, not really rely on your partner to be your wingman, because that's what you want. You want someone who can share in the responsibility. That's how women end up feeling safe, that you can turn and find your wingman. So let me give you an example of the nice mix of someone who's warm and who can also make you feel safe because you feel you have your wingman. Hang on, this is my last prop. Look, I found a man who's warm like a teddy bear, but look, he's got his goggles on. He's the flying ace. He can take charge. He can really be your wingman. He can share responsibility, and you can feel less alone. So again, if you're not sure, check to see if your partner makes you feel suffocated or absolutely exhausted because you're carrying him too much. Look at your pattern. Don't think in terms of type of men. Look at the structure and pattern of your relationship. I hope this information has been helpful. Thank you so much. Bye-bye for now.